What's up, guys? Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. As we got some action. Last night, you had a couple of notions. The trade official. Andrew Wiggins is a member of the Miami Heat. He's going to wear number 22. 2-2 for old Andrew Wiggins. He gets Jimmy Butler's old digits. And, I know a lot of Heat fans feel, was that the right move? Was that going to be the move? I do think the Heat were in a place where, hey, are we going to really, hold something sacred of respect right now for how that just ended? Probably not. So Andrew Wiggins, who's been wearing that number basically his whole life, is getting his digit. Much like Kyle Lowry did when Goran Dragic left. Obviously, Jimmy Butler has, maybe more of a resume to get into the rafters one day than Goran Dragic does, even though I think Goran Dragic should be retired too, but that's another story for another day. Jimmy Butler is, I imagine one day will be up there, but I do think for right now, the Miami Heat are not in a place where they were going to hold anything aside for the way that just ended. Jimmy Butler, in the meanwhile, he was introduced by the Golden State Warriors yesterday to the media, so the first time that we've heard him. And, we got not a lot of insight into why he wanted to leave. In fact, he was asked about that. He gave a lot of praise to the Miami Heat organization for his time there, but then when he was asked why he wanted to leave, didn't really give a straight answer on it, even though it was probably, if you read between the lines of the press conference, nice to be wanted is a translation for I finally got the contract that I thought I deserved. So we'll go through a little bit of the press conference here on what Jimmy Butler had to say about, everything involved with this whole situation. And he said this was him on the time with the Miami Heat organization.
I'm straight. I don't got too many bad things to say about them. I don't. They gave me opportunity. I felt like I did my job to the highest level. I have so much respect for that organization, for the people that's running that organization, and for my former teammates. And I'm always wish them the best. When March comes around, we need that like we need everything else. Before y'all even ask, we take dubs they can get around here. But I got a lot of love for a lot of people over there in that organization, and I just want them to know that I'm very grateful for the relationships that I have built and that I'll keep for a lifetime.
Look, it's upsetting that it came to a head the way that it did, because there were a lot of good times. I still think that, when he returns, obviously they give Wiggins the number. Will they be in a spot where they give Jimmy some kind of tribute or something like that? I'm sure he'll get the nice intro from Mike Biamonte. Because as I said, I think the Heat like to uphold a look of class and taking the higher road, even though this got very petty at the ending, which I do think that the pettiness was more initiated from Jimmy's side here than anything because of the way that he went about playing basketball. He even said today he was joking about getting cardio and does he have his joy back? Because he was asked straight out, why did you want to leave the Heat if you have all this love for it? Totally fair question. And he put it down to there was just too much talking going on back and forth.
So what was it that made you want to leave then?
That's a good question, actually. That is a good question. I don't know. Maybe just a lot of talking back and forth, and sooner or later, talking's got to stop.
All right, there you go. Look, it certainly got bitter on both sides. We know that there was, from Pat Riley's standpoint, getting it to that relationship seems so untenable. But this idea that was there too, no, dude, what, I just wish that it could have been a little bit more of. I know that you can't just come out and say they didn't pay me my money. That's what I wanted. I want to be wanted, which is cool. I don't begrudge anybody for wanting their money. I really don't. That's why I was for giving Jimmy Butler his money. But this idea that it's too much talking. I do think that that's a little bit crazy that we're well, what do you think that it was? He said that on his time with the Warriors that it's nice to be wanted again.
Speculation is just what it is, though. I like to let people think that what's going on is really going on when that's only one side of every story. I don't have anything to say. I'm good. All of that is behind me. I'm moving forward, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be wanted again. So I'll leave it at that.
Did you not feel wanted?
Maybe at times, but like I said, who cares now? Because I'm here, and I would like to think that I am wanted here.
Well, listen, man, wanted or not wanted, they paid you like they wanted you. So I think that it's going to be, it's definitely going to be an interesting ride. He's making his debut on Saturday. As I record this on 7:30 in the morning, Wiggins, I saw a report that said he was going to debut Monday, but that was before all the trade was finalized. Is he going to make his debut tonight? I don't know. I think but the initial plan that I had saw was that he is going to debut on Monday. So I don't know if that's going to get sped up. But they did, Mim, Mitchell, Kyle Anderson they all got their social media posts. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very excited to see now that this is all behind everybody what it all brings, because I do think Jimmy Butler's going to play good basketball, especially out of the gate. I do think that he's going to be in a spot where, he's had a lot of time off, that he is fueled up in the right directions. The question that the Heat had, and that's going to be interesting, is, can he really get the Warriors over the top? Because I think there is a lot of doubt that he can do that. But hey, listen, to be fair, that's been the story of Jimmy Butler's career. They always overlook his teams. So, and typically when he goes to a team, they do improve. They do get better. So I don't know if you can quantify that. I know they're all going to be learning Jimmy Butler and trying to figure things out. But that's the truth. Is usually when he does go somewhere, that team does improve. And I think he's debuting against the Chicago Bulls, so it's not like he's taking on a juggernaut. Although we saw the other day they could score with, that'll be definitely an interesting thing. The question about getting his joy back. Here was what he had to say on that.
Jimmy, one of the last times we heard from you, was when you said that you just wanted to find your joy in basketball again, and you didn't think that you could find it in Miami. Is it as simple as New Jersey and you're back? This is joy?
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm finna be back in a big way too. So I'm smiling. Like I said, I've been going at it. I've been training. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I know that I have my joy back now. I'm in a different situation, different group of guys. I can't wait to get out there and compete. I've had all the family time that I need. I do want my Those my guys. Yeah, those my guys. I'm gonna be ready to go.
Man, that man sounds like he's tired of watching Bluey. He's like, I just need to get out of the house. These kids are driving me nuts. Yeah, obviously he has his joy back. Like he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted, even if it's not in the location that he wanted. And he kind of even downplayed that, but I think we all know what it is. It ended up in the situation where he gets a Warriors team that probably wasn't gung-ho on giving him the extension, but they got that negotiation down the line in the midst of all this. And then he said that he was excited he's excited to be out there, not just getting cardio anymore.
I'm not going to say that was a big part.
This was him, by the way, on getting the extension. If that was a big part on making him happy.
I'm not going to say that was a big part, but I'm happy about it. I am happy about it. I think the biggest part was just getting me to be able to play basketball again. I just want to be able to go out there and do what I've been doing for a very long time and have fun and smile and rip and run and not feel like I'm just doing cardio majority of the game. So I'm very, very, very happy that I'm not getting suspended no more.
The one thing I would say to this is like, hey, man, I understand you're getting suspended, right? You determining how much you want to compete in a basketball game where you're not just getting cardio, that's all on you. And honestly, that has been like the whole crux of why things went the way that they did and why they did go so early, because let's be real about it, dude. You didn't try that hard in those games. So like the idea of, I'm happy to be out there and not just getting cardio. Now maybe he's going to be at a point where his mind is free, because I do think there was a part where Jimmy, especially that ankle twist, I do think that was just like check out. he was not going to push his body anywhere further for that team because he wanted to get the extension. I think it's really the catalyst of all of this on why things went so squirrely, went so sideways. Is once he had that second bad ankle turn, and all of a sudden he is ill. That he's like, no, I'm not doing this for an organization that's not going to invest in me. Because what happens if I, blow something and then I blow my MCL again, and then all of a sudden no one wants to pay me $60 million in a year. So, Jimmy's ends, I guess, will justify his means of what he did. It definitely leaves it in a place where the Heat are willing to give your number to somebody else. Very excited for March 25th and what that's going to bring. And again, I think that he's going to give the Warriors a boost. I'm also excited to see what Andrew Wiggins brings. This is one of those things where I think in the immediate, I think it can be pretty beneficial for both sides. I think that both are going to be happy to have it all behind them. I think Jimmy will probably come out and ball. I think Andrew Wiggins, being in a situation where he's going to be looked upon as somebody who can help right away and give the Heat something they need right away, I think that can be beneficial for them. All in all, for Jimmy's intro press conference, I think it was pretty uneventful. It was pretty tongue-in-cheek. Didn't really want to give out a lot of the dirt with some side comments as Jimmy is to do in his intros. But it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of this because somehow it does always feel like the Warriors, they do always seem to come out on top of these things. But I don't know. They have a hell of a climb for them. They have a hell of a climb ahead of them to get to anywhere serious for that Western Conference. But from his standpoint, he's got his joy back. Now he doesn't feel like he could just get cardio. Sure, it wasn't about just the money. It was about the talking. If you buy that, you buy it. If you don't, I think you could. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put all the logic together as to why we got to where we got to. But now it's time to bury it. It's time to put it behind, at least until March 25th. And we'll see what these two sides get out of this deal and see how their teams flourish from it.